Class 3, 1,200 metres the trip here for race number 7. And we have 11 of them heading to post with 2 debutants in the field as well. In a Flame though. Stone last, very disappointing behind Skyfield last time out. £10 off his back this time round. Quadruple double returns. Will probably roll forwards. There's a lot of speed here from barrier 7. Sunset Watch, a good run behind Winning Dreamer. Only beaten half a length last time out. Smoothies, another possible pace angle from barrier 11. The 7 and 8, both first starters here. Happy Warrior having his first start for Casper Founds, first up for the season. Kaying Master, more speed from 4. And Very Sweet Orange, more speed again from barrier number 2. All of his wins, though, have been at Happy Valley. Smart Leader, Smoothies and Happy Warrior are the horses that have been up at Jungfrau.
Having a look at the speed in this race and compared to some of the other races, there's quite a bit in this race. Very Sweet Orange, we know, is a speed demon. Equaletta Blitz is a newcomer, but has shown some pace. Jumped a tad awkwardly in its trial, but did lead in the end. A quadruple double led all the way in a recent trial. Another one that's got some speed is another one of the newcomers, All for South. Kaying Master's got speed. Smoothies has got speed as well, but whether he can get there from gate number 11. And another one that's got speed, Paul, is In a Flame.
Yeah, here he is, In a Flame. Look, he was disappointing last start. He's come out and trolled. He was pushed out a little bit in that trial toward the end. His work's been okay, so see if he can bounce back. He's got the apprentice claim as well. Quadruple double is one who has trialled well recently, and look, his work's been good. And David Hall's runners are quite forward this season, and this is another one. Just drawn a little bit awkward of all that pace in the race, but he's a strong horse, as we know. And Sunset Watch is very impressive at his last start. Behind Winning Dreamer, he's got a wide draw, but with all his pace, and I think he's going to get the race run perfectly the suit. And he goes nicely in his track look. He's come on.
All right, we'll have a look at him first then. I think Sunset Watch, probably the obvious place to start. Was held up for a little bit as well, Tom, so there's plenty of credit in this run.
Yeah, behind a smart one here, a Winning Dreamer, and this point here he's looking to get away from the inside. Karis Teton wasn't able to do so in the end, had to come off the back of Winning Dreamer right there, and when he let down, he did let down nicely, but he was a bit unlucky on this occasion, Paul, and he was certainly the best of the rest behind a nice type.
Yeah, and this is a really strong race, and I think he'll win this race. I've got him clearly on top. With any luck, he would have gone really close to beating Winning Dreamer, I thought.
All right, it's an excellent ride for Zach Purton on the day. So that's Sunset Watch, who's our likely favourites. Next up, Smoothies and Kaying Master. Whether they get the, they won't get a soft lead. Whether they find the front or not, Paul, as well, is open for debate.
Yeah, Kaying Master. Look, he did have that operation for the roaring condition in the off season, but was declared a roarer afterwards. And then Smoothies, I don't think he's going to get to the front, so I think both these two horses are going to struggle.
Yeah, I did like Smoothies last time out. I've got him in on a minor line here. He gave a good sight, got up outside the leader and just was headed over the last 75 metres or so. He wasn't beaten overly far, but just where he ends up in the run does worry me a little.
All right, Zarson's coming off a couple of good runs, running second on both occasions. They've been on the all-weather, though. Let's hear from his jockey, Matthew Pern.
Matthew Zarson, you've ridden him at both of his runs so far this season. Are you happy with the way that he's been going?
Yeah, like, look, these two start in Wiki stable, both went good, I reckon, but just very close to win. Hopefully he can, this time he went on the turf, hopefully he can also perform well, can handle the track.
Last time out he looked pretty brave, he was still kicking right on the line.
Yeah, that's right, like you can see he got a ability, and he want to fight back last start, but just a little bit unlucky, got beat by really short margin, so yes.
Does he give you the feel of a horse that can bring that form onto the turf?
I think so. Overseas he raced on the turf, no problem. So I don't think any issue. Let's see. Yeah.
In this race, there's also Quadruple Double, who you know very well. You won 4 times on him last season. You've ridden him in his work and his trial recently. Also Equaletta Blitz, a new horse from Jimmy Ting's stable. Yeah. What sort of feel have those two horses given you? What are your thoughts on those two?
Well, both horses got some speed. Yeah, and I think they also got some form as well. So this field will be a bit like the pace won't be too slow, I reckon. So I think who can get the easy one maybe can have a good result. Yeah.
Was it your decision to stick with Zarson here though?
I confirm with Vicky first.
Can he beat those two?
I hope so.
So he's asking for Matthew Poon. It was a prior booking, their quadruple double. Big chance for him. We'll come back to the first starters in a moment. His Inner Flame, though, Paul, at the trials, I don't know what we put that last run down to. It was too bad to be true.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? And look, this trial was okay. You can see he just gets pushed out a little bit towards the end of it. We know he's a really good horse from last season. It's just, do we take him again? Look, I've got him in on a minor line, but he's too good horse to leave out.
Yeah, he covered ground in this barrier trial as well. He was pretty much 4 wide, no cover. Vincent Ho was riding him in this barrier trial. Douglas has gone and put on Jerry Chow, but he had a decent run, I thought, last time out. Just had 0 to offer on the straight. Was disappointing.
All right, blinkers on for the debutante here. Equaletta raced under the same name in Australia. I thought he showed plenty of early speed, if nothing else, Tom.
He did. He was a little bit awkward away from the start, but mustered good speed. Formerly trained by Richard Lamming. He won a race at Caulfield, a benchmark 70 race for the 3-year-olds there. Pretty much led all the way on that occasion to a win, and was just chopped down in this trial by a winning method who goes round later on in the program. But thought there was nothing wrong with the trial, but haven't quite got him in. Jimmy Ting, the trainer.
Yeah, look, he's 11, 15 pounds. He's got blinkers on for his debut run in Hong Kong, and he did win with those blinkers on in Australia.
All right, and this is all for South Paul. He was power trained when Paul Massara trained him in Australia for 4 wins.
Yeah, big horse too, 1,203 pounds. Now, he wore blinkers in Australia, and he is wearing blinkers here once again. He's had the 5 trials. He's got a good draw in barrier number 1, Matthew Poon. So of the first starters, he's the one I snuck in. Yeah,
I didn't quite get him in the end. I thought that the trial was okay behind Highland Fortune. He seemed to get to the line fairly well there. He led all of the way in his last win up at Newcastle, but happy to watch out of that trial as well. Mahboob, of course, since winning midweek.
All right, it was Highland Fortune as well, who ran on Wednesday night. He's much shorter in the market than the other debutant, Equaletta. Sunset Watch favourite, Paul, you're all over him.
Yep, this is one I'm going to make him the best of the afternoon. I just think he's going to get the race perfectly run to suit, and he's going well. Quadruple double, the hardest to beat. He's going to have to work a little bit. That's the thing I was worried about. Inner Flame, he's too good to leave out, but I'm a little bit concerned. And all for South of the first starters. 4, 2, 1 and 8.
4 on top for me as well. In fact, same Quinella, 4 and 2. Sunset Watch for Zach Purton and Francis Loy. Seems to have improved since the change of trainer, and thought was a little unlucky last time out. Whether he would have beaten the nice type winning Dreamer, not sure. But he's on top over quadruple double. Just worries me a little where Smoothies might end up, but feel obliged to stick with him. I was keen on him last time out. He was only really run down over the last 75 metres, and Inner Flame was terrible last time out, so they'll be looking for something better this time round from him. He's been back to the trials and looked all right. So 4, 2, 5 and 1.
Same cue for me as well. 4 and 2, same numbers as Paul in actual fact. 4, 2, 1 and 8 for me in race 7.